for. Oh, entrance closed.
Anybody seen Naruto Abridged?
Okay. I'm back.
Prepare yourself, leaf village.
I am back.
Die now.
What? I was doing the intermission song.
I just twisted it majorly saying everybody die now.
Oh God in heaven.
Okay.
There is no God, I'm sorry. There's only death.
I'm terrified for tomorrow's game.
I disagree with that. I'm just making a whole new character and feeling no attachment. If he lives, he lives, and if he dies, then...
That's the truest way to play a character. The freest way.
I can't do that. I live with my characters too much.
Adrian, or from very many games ago.
You know what?
Hi.
What game is happening tomorrow?
I'm going to do it tomorrow. I've actually been working on things for that today.
I was racking my brain trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had a bunch of ideas. I felt too committed to most of them to actually have them in your game.
All right. Well, it's about 8:35, so if you guys want, especially since it's just Naru and Ragoth up here, let's just go ahead and proceed with the second half. Or I guess we'll see how long we go. So, Naru, you are kind of hiding up there behind the rock, and then Ragoth, you're approaching. You've just seen on the walkways, there are all these little openings, doorways, windows, kind of like people's houses carved into the rock. And then at that far right portion there, you see kind of a tunnel that's a little bit larger, more your size, which can go deeper into the cliffside. And then just above you, about another 50 feet, is the ceiling of this cavern with a bunch of stalactites facing down.
Okay. Well, like I said before, I'm definitely going to... Because you did say I did see movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you saw with your natural 20 spot, you could see that there are faces within inside the homes, which kind of recoil back as you begin to walk and approach. And then from the doorway, you did see some movement of people retreating.
Well, like I said, I'm going to speak again in common, and I'm going to offer them 10 gold pieces. Mm-hmm. And if they don't take to it, I'm going to slowly walk a little further. And if they do take to it, I will attempt to have a conversation.
But nobody emerges.
Okay. I'm gonna get all the way to this, still having my Eldritch Blast ready, just in case.
Well, no wonder why they're afraid. You've got glowing.
No, my mouth is closed, and when I'm talking, I disperse it.
Yep. So it doesn't look like there's anybody kind of hovering around watching you at this point either. Anything you saw is no longer there.
Still watching it. I'm gonna take 2 steps back, and I'm gonna say, Naru, I think we're safe. They all retreated inside.
Anything we're gonna come across, I don't think, down there at least, I don't think they're gonna be bothering us. It'll be probably more of a bother for the dwarves that want to mine in here.
True. All right, let's head down.
Okay.
I'm going to just turn and walk off the path and let my wings kind of carry me down.
Okay. Naru as well.
I'm gonna red rocket down, actually.
Nice.
Da, 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 da.
It's like a meteorite, not a human cannonball shape, but fireball, my physical self.
Okay.
Then
I'm gonna stay airborne though. I'm gonna stay 10. I'm gonna stay about 5 feet up, so just a little off the ground.
What is Gilreth, Ember, and Ashledge doing down here?
Quick question, is Naru dropping?
I think she's human torching straight down.
Okay.
then I probably will land.
Superhero landing.
There. I'm really tempted to like swan dive into the lava, but I don't want my items to get burned that I'm physically wearing.
Yeah, you'd probably also know that just because of the consistency of lava, it'd be kind of like a belly flop.
Yeah, I just see this loud squelch as you just slowly sink into the lava. It's kind of like a Wile E. Coyote, but with lava.
I imagine it being something like quicksand, but hotter.
Yeah,
Not-
that'd probably be.
Holds up a
Pretty-
sign. Uh-oh.
But while they were up there scouting, anything going on down here back at the pseudo camp?
Gilreth is going to suggest that they check out the stairs in that hallway.
In the back tunnel?
Yeah. Like, he's going to suggest that to Ember and Ashledge.
I mean, I'll follow.
What's
I'm
there?
actually
Look for you interesting routes to eat.
I'm actually gonna flag down the mom and ask her in Primordial if the kids can play while we all talk.
Yep. She'd say yes. She'd sit there kind of watching, but then, yeah.
She would also warn that her little baby tends to be a little rough, so if they get too rough, just let her know and she'll come over and get them and break them apart. But he means well. He just wants to play, and he doesn't run into people who speak his language, let alone is his size. So that way the mom's not just like, why is your baby hitting my child? Be like, no, it's probably what he's gonna do.
Yeah, so they definitely would get to playing. Now, for Ashledge and Gilreth, then, are you going to want to go backtrack and scout up that hallway?
Was Ember going as well, or is she staying here?
Probably stay here, so that way the fire elementals know, like, we're cool. We're just doing a couple things before we carry on, just to kind of be like a middle point.
Yeah, so I figured...
Has to
we'll,
stay
like,
to make sure her. Stay
I
to
gotta
make
watch
sure.
after the baby.
Yeah. At that age, you have to watch them, otherwise, other kids' moms are gonna get upset.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, as long as they don't yeet their kid into a lava pit where there's a giant worm.
Yeet.
Nope, just conversing with the mom while the kids play.
I'll follow Gilreth if he goes anywhere, but otherwise I'm just gonna like hunt around for rocks.
We'll go ahead and check out the other stairwell, like that hallway.
Okay. Let me grab your minis.
Oh. Huh.
So this area here is basically the other map with the lava where you fought the crocs. This entrance is kind of where you came out from at the door at the bottom, and then this is the staircase going, basically north is going upwards. If you go about halfway up there, you get to that doorway, which is about 3 feet tall and about 2.5 feet wide. So it'd be a squeeze for you guys to go through to it. If you can make your way through that area, it basically leads to two side-by-side stairways, which are more like ramps. But the farther one goes upwards, the lower one, the closer one goes downwards.
Do you wanna go in one while I go on the other?
Gilreth is going to investigate the wall itself to see how sturdy he might think it is.
Okay. It seems to be made out of solid rock.
So using the pick would take a while.
Yes.
Huh.
Kyle would
Is
be
it-
so useful here.
Gilreth just kind of like strokes his chin for a second, looks over at this giant of a man of a companion here, and is like, hands the pick, dig.
I'll dig. I'll dig in memory of Kyle.
Athletics.
Do it for Kyle. This is how he persuades him. Just do it for Kyle. Dig.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. You widen the first 5 feet.
Do I need to keep rolling?
How much time do you want to put into it?
The shortest amount possible?
So this is probably about 10 minutes.
Ew. It's gonna be a while.
Uh,
Is there anything I
Gilreth
could do to
will-
make it go faster?
Nope.
You could shrink person if you have a spell.
I am a Goliath fighter, sir. I don't do that. I don't think I have anything to assist with digging for some odd reason.
Yep. Pretty much time or crew having the dwarven miners here would be good, or something. You could just squeeze through the tunnel if you wanted to, but it'd be pretty tight.
What will I even make it since I'm 8 foot tall?
How wide would your shoulders be?
I have no idea. How do I check that?
It'd just be something if you just think it'd be less than 3 feet or not.
Probably not, being as tall and heavy set
Yeah.
as I am.
So I'd say you'd probably wouldn't really be able to get through it comfortably. You could. We'll say because are you a barbarian or a fighter? You're a
I'm a
fighter. right?
fighter.
So do you have
Yeah.
armor?
I do. I have plate mail on, made out
Yeah,
of Kyle's brother.
I would say if you were to take the armor off, you could basically squeeze through it and take half movement. Otherwise, you just wouldn't really fit. Gilreth could squeeze.
Armor.
What was it?
Gilreth is not wearing any armor.
Yeah, and as a medium creature, you could do so. It's just very claustrophobically tight. But you
He's
could.
going to try one more time with the pick.
Okay, so you want to take another 10 minutes and open up another square?
We figured that like while they were exploring the upper parts, this is what these two were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
My spell does not last for 10 minutes. Or over 10 minutes. We're already back.
They do. They do not know that.
Yeah, they've just been like
Yeah,
taking
they're-
turns digging.
Yeah, so you're able to open up another about 5 feet, clear out the rubble, kind of get in a little bit deeper.
I mean, they did want to map it out, so might as well.
So is Ashledge just taking another shift, it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah, I
put
rolled
a
a-
lot of work into it. In 10 minutes, you're able to clear out just about double what you did before. Getting really focused. This is about 30 minutes that have passed.
In the zone.
Like they're just like getting in the zone. Just
Okay. You're trading off every 10 minutes or so. Gilreth, you're able to clear out another one.
One is like trading off. One will take the rocks. The other does the pick, while the other is kind of like resting their hand from it.
So this is 40 minutes of work represented. I see Ashledge rolled another one. You're able to clear out another 5 feet. That's 50 minutes.
And then
Spend an hour in here digging.
Gilreth just
And with that last wrapping up the hour you've been digging, you're able to clear your way up to those 2 stairwells. And we're going to pause you guys because you spent an hour
fine.
doing this. Does everybody else want to just take an hour short rest?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Or do you
I'm
guys
down.
want to do you guys want to continue adventuring?
I'm rolling. I want to roll some hit dice. With an hour short rest, I roll. How many can I roll?
You can roll up to your maximum if you want.
ooh, I'd be down then.
Oh, I should have did that.
I'm
Yeah,
rolling
I'll do that too.
4 of my hit dice.
Ooh, that puts me right to max.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah, I'm maxed out again.
During the short
Nice.
rest, the Mommy Fire Elemental comes out with this flat slab of rock, and on it is about 10 of these little dumpling-looking things, but they're made out of fire, and they're just burning on the rock, and she offers them to everybody.
I totally take one and look at it. I eat it.
Yeah, it's deliciously fire if you like fire. It's the
I
perfect
love fire.
it's the perfect heat and temperature and perfect burning speed, and it's delicious.
I'll eat it and I'll tell her it's delicious, and then I'll give one to the kiddo as well. Love
Okay.
to my
Ragoth?
kiddo.
Okay. Ragoth is going to kind of scratch the back of his head and look at Ember and go, can you tell them I can't consume fire, please?
Sure, I'll let them know, and I'll turn to the mommy and say he is very grateful for the offer, but unfortunately he cannot eat fire because he didn't attend college.
She basically
Ragoth cannot
just,
understand this.
she basically shrugs and offers it to the little kid, who takes 4 and then goes and eats the rest with the father. So, anything you want to do on your short rest?
I'd be inspired by the fire I just ate.
No.
I'm gonna pull the mom to the side real fast if I can.
Okay.
Ask her to come over here, and I'm gonna ask her very politely from one mom to another. Probably gonna have to go fight this thing. Knowing my little one, he will try to come in and possibly end up getting hurt, and I don't want that. Would you mind watching my kid until I get back?
Yeah, she would nod. That's acceptable.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
She does
Here's
warn you
that.
that she'll treat him just like her own, for whatever that means.
Well, if he gets fussy, you can throw him into the lava. He will get out. He will be grumpy, but he will get better. He's used to being punished because he does some really stupid stuff. I don't know where he gets that, because God knows that's not from me.
Yeah. She shrugs and just says, "It's probably from the dad."
Yeah, probably.
In the background, you see the kiddo getting grabbed and taken to the house by the dad for being in trouble for something.
The baby elemental just kind of sits on the ground and starts pouting. And she just kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, "Hold on, he's probably gonna start crying. I'll go console him. I'll be right back." So I'll go pick up my elemental and like kind of calm him down. He's like, "My friend's gone."
Ragoth wants to pull Ember aside and ask her if she can at least teach him how to say, "I'm sorry, thank you for not killing me," in their language.
So the dialect is really close. If you forget one word, you will probably ask them to kill you.
Ragoth's eyes go wide and goes, "If I do that, please quickly correct me. Please.
There's God, how do I word this to somebody who doesn't speak their language? There is a good chance that you could end up saying also some insulting things because the language is really close. I think it might be best if I just teach you a more simple phrase that isn't going to get you into trouble.
Ragoth nods and then looks at her and goes, "After we do this fight, could you teach me how to speak the language completely? I would be honored to learn."
Me too.
She's gonna put her hand on your shoulder and give you a squeeze, and the squeeze is just a little bit too tight, and she's gonna be like, "You're really cute, sir, but I don't think I have the time nor the patience to be a teacher. I'm already a parent."
Ragoth
you
kind
know.
of chuckles. And he goes, understood.
But if you ever need a translator and I happen to be in town, which trust me, you'll know if I'm in town, come find me.
Will do. Ragoth kind of smiles and he lets his draconic nature kind of show a little bit because he's really happy that now he has another friend, which is a rare occurrence for him. Usually it's just like party members, and after that they completely split and like don't talk again, except for like Naru. She's the only person he's ever been on like really 2 adventures with in a row. And his draconic nature kind of shows a little bit, and his snout extends a little bit, and you see his teeth sharpen a little bit.
As this
And
is changing, she kind of like tilts her head to one side and her hair catches flame, kind of like mimicking the fact that he's looking different. And then she reaches out and she goes, boop, and she like pops you on your snout.
it immediately retracts, and Ragoth kind of shakes his head. Sorry, it happens when I get excited or very, very angry.
Interesting. Kind of hoping for the excited side, so I'd rather you not be pissed at me, because something tells me that could hurt.
Ragoth kind of chuckles. In my past life, I might have gone pissed at you for not teaching me, but not now. I've learned from my mistakes.
Ah, that's good. Because if you didn't learn from your mistake, you learned from the end of 2 Warhammers. So, good call.
Ragoth can't help but laugh a little too loud, but he's very happy about this.
Okay. So do you
no,
guys
Adrian's
do?
rolling.
Do you guys see Adrian roll that D100?
Yeah.
Yep, I did.
Oh no.
Ragoth, you might want to update your health. If you did roll any hit dice or anything like that, you're still on here. You're still marked at 24/49.
Yeah. Do you guys do anything else on your short rest, or pretty much we'll fast forward to the rest of that?
I want to have a talk about language dynamics of this. And if she's not going to teach us right now, like basics of like one fire crackle versus another fire crackle.
Yeah. So you spend your hour sitting around this. Even the rocks down here are just naturally warm, so it's like you don't even need necessarily a fire. But you guys are just chatting it away, and back over in the tunnels. Gilreth and Ashledge wipe sweat from their brows as they've been slaving away in here for 60 minutes. You get to this point where you can actually choose to go either up or down, and these are, again, narrow passageways, but which direction would you like to go?
I got dibs on down.
So what is the options? It's either down or what?
Down or up?
I want to go down.
I'm gonna make a perception. What can I see in either direction?
Stairs up to 60 feet. I don't know if that's actually going to help. Basically, their direction just goes. Ascending is the further one, and descending is...
And going down.
Yeah, they basically look like parallel shafts. Just you choose if you want to go up or down.
Let's head down.
Yeah. Separate the party. Woo!
Okay. For the sake of gameplay, we'll say these are a little bit wider passageways, so you can actually kind of squeeze through if you want. If you really want to start like tunneling through it with the pickaxe, you could do so. You're just going to have basically the same result as taking a long time to do it.
So if it's wide enough for Gilreth to squeeze through, no problem. He will leave the pickaxe with.
Yep.
Ashledge.
And then because of the stairwell, we'll say that the ceilings are a little bit taller, so you can actually go in sideways if you wanted to ascend or descend.
Cool.
So Gilreth is going to start kind of squeezing his way through, and he will let the big boy there do the digging while he scouts ahead.
Oh, I wasn't going to dig. I was just going to kind of like force my way through.
Okay, you can do so. All right. The going down, you're basically making your way back down, except once it reaches about 100 feet down, descended, so about 10 flights, it kind of levels off and then continues straight. At which point you would get basically. Let's see, did I move you guys over? You would get to a doorway which emerges about here in the rock. and you basically
All right, I want to go back and go up.
Wait, where are we? Oh, so we're like down there. It's like,
I spot them.
So did we not see that doorway when we ran past?
you didn't go past this way.
oh, this is the other
Oh.
side of the lake.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if you back on the, was it the left side of the map there? You came out from up here. That was the entrance for the main stairway. And then if you follow down that path where Ember's token is still, it comes over to where the fire family lives. And then past that, there's another whittle door, which comes out.
Okay. Do I see anything in the area?
You
I was
see
gonna
your
say,
comrades.
Yeah, on this side, I'm also going to. I just see kind of like waves at the others. Oh, hey, you guys made it back.
Yep. The daddy
Do I see anything fun in the area?
roll a investigation check if you're wanting to look. Otherwise, it's just kind of what you see. If you're wanting to look around at all.
Boy, I can't.
Yep.
Rolled
You
an
see
8.
lots of rocks, lots of charcoal, lots of brimstone, little pools of magma.
Any tasty looking rocks?
You see a bunch of mundane rocks.
Damn it, I'm not gonna find a fun rock to eat. I'm telling you. Gilreth, you wanna go
Bring you a
up the stairs?
briquette.
Since we went down, do you wanna go up the flight and see what it is?
Ash,
Go with this one.
Gilreth, get over here. We got something to kill.
We'll be right over. Give us kind
Yeah, give us another hour or so.
of like the looks as if he doesn't have a watch. Just we'll be back over shortly, or when we can. And he just goes back in.
Can I go over to where lava is if they're gonna take another little time and take my shoes off and see what happens if I dip my feet in?
Okay. How long
Sounds
does
like a
your
good idea.
you're
your
right.
immunity work?
This is a good point. It's been an hour, so it's gone away by now.
Okay.
So I don't do that, actually.
Are you gonna roll damage? Are you gonna use a spell spot point or not?
It's a spell point, actually. And actually, do I get those back after a short rest?
I think it's long
Is it
rest
a-
for sorcerer.
it's
I
a
think
long rest,
warlocks are the only ones that do it on short.
There
Okay.
we are.
I'm gonna wait, because I figure I'm probably gonna need that fire immunity when we face a fire worm, so we'll wait.
Yes, that doesn't hurt.
Okay. So is anyone going with Gilreth and Ashledge, or are they just gonna go off and check that last chamber?
If they're gonna go, I'll join them. I'm
Ragoth will also join them.
getting
I
a
am
little bored.
comforting a distressed child. I'm staying where I'm at.
Okay.
Been there, done that.
She's gonna have to fight the lava worm by herself with the elementals.
Oh,
no.
I think I also understand why Gilreth is like, why are we fighting a lava worm?
Yeah, this isn't my job.
Actually, yeah, I probably should question her about that during our short rest we had.
Oops. Oh, Gilreth is there already. That's why. What? Did you guys want to do anything before you go up that final passageway?
I wanna throw a rock down it.
Or you're not?
See if any traps trigger.
That's a good idea.
Actually, yes, technically, I do think part of this would be in our job description was to fight monsters that are down here.
Our job description was to fight monsters we find while mapping it out. I never found a lava worm. If I never see it, it doesn't exist.
This is true. Oh, we want to go back and fight that dragon then?
Not yet.
And then we go back and kick the dragon's ass.
Okay.
Yeah, let's finish mapping everything out.
I vote
Find
we
out
don't
how many
hurt the
different
dragon.
scary creatures are here, and
I don't think we
fight the
need.
dragon.
And I think we need the dragon to be.
Not yet. What's your marching
Right.
order?
Gilreth will
I'm
be
gonna
the
go first.
first one.
Oh,
I'll go behind Gilreth.
I'll take up the rear. So
I guess I'll just be a big guy in the middle.
yeah.
Rear
Yeah.
middle.
Just like,
I want to sit on Ragoth's shoulders.
No. Wait, no. I'm in. No. Like, no.
Come on, I'm tired. I had to dig earlier.
You already threw him. I think he deserves a break.
Gilreth, what's your armor
Stop
class?
rolling things.
That would be 15.
Told you let me go first.
Okay. So you hear something whistle past your head in the darkness, and then you feel something strike you square in the chest. Naru, make a reflex saving throw, please. Or sorry, dexterity saving throw.
I have bonuses on that. Hold on. I don't have my bonuses written down on this character sheet. Hold on.
Okay.
Dexterity. I have 1 for my base.
It would be a saving throw. If you're not
Yeah.
proficient, then it's +1.
I don't
Well,
actually
I
have
think-
any of that written down. I redid my character sheet.
Quick question: is if something is attacking us that is relying on dark vision, they would not be able to see Gilreth because of his ability.
They can
They
see
may
you.
not have been aiming at you though.
Anything that relies on dark vision to see in darkness cannot see them because of Gloomstalker's ability.
Maybe they're not relying on
Yep.
dark vision.
Yep, they
They could be relying on tremor sense.
Or they're using blind sight.
So there's two things. I'm assuming that Naru has her light on. Yes or no?
I put it out and say, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Well, did you have it on when you're going in? That's what I was assuming because that's been what you've been doing before.
It's a fair
Probably
assumption.
would have had it on.
So that's number one. Number two, they know you're here already. So they have there's a trap set up for you. So even if they can't sense Gilreth, then they can sense Naru, Ashledge, and Ragoth behind. So either way, I'm pretty sure it's a
Yeah, I'm
moot
not very
point.
stealthy, guys. I'm
So
a very large Goliath wearing very heavy plate mail.
So for Gilreth, because you took 1 hit, that's going to be 2 points of damage as this dart strikes you, and then you'll need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, blood.
Constitution save.
I'm yelling at the other people to go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back.
Yep. So you can sense that whatever hit you was coated with some sort of toxin, but for just your immune system is able to fight it off, or maybe it didn't penetrate deep enough into your armor, you do not take any effects. So everybody can...
How wide is this passageway?
It's about 3 feet wide.
I want to throw something.
Or a rock that you have in your hands from your previous munching.
I guess I can throw a rock.
What do you want to throw? 'Cause you have 2 party members in front of you, which is basically blocking the whole passageway, but you could try. Especially if you tell
How
them
tall
to
are
duck.
they? Ragoth is 6 foot tall.
Well, Ragoth is behind me. He doesn't matter. How tall are the people in front of me?
I'm only 5 something. 3, 2.
I was gonna say, I'm 8 foot tall and right behind them. Can't I just see over them to throw the rock?
Well, the ceilings aren't that big. You're hunched over.
I thought you said since this was the stairwell that it was a little higher, so I didn't have to hunch.
I really feel like you'd still have disadvantage with the way that this is. But if you
I'm
want to
fine
try...
with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
go
saying
back.
you can't do it. I'm just saying you definitely have disadvantage on what...
What do I
throwing
roll
something.
for this?
Well, what are you throwing it at?
Well, I'm assuming I don't see anything, so I'm just gonna try to throw it like in the center of the passage, as far up as I can, maybe like
So
4 foot off
This
the
is...
floor.
You all have dark vision, so this is technically only about 30 feet. So
I
you
don't
would-
have dark vision.
I do.
Are we rolling perception on as we were going up the staircase to see if there was anything happening?
I wasn't. We probably should have, but we weren't.
What do you want me to roll?
Are you trying to attack something up ahead, basically? Oops. that's the
Yeah,
wrong
pretty
one.
much. I'm trying to attack whatever shot my friend.
May I make a perception before he tries to throw?
You can all roll a perception, yeah.
God damn it.
Hold on.
Hey,
Now
nat
I
20.
get the net. Okay, at least he got the nat 20, but I got the nat 1. Ragoth doesn't see anything.
That's because he's behind everyone.
Yeah, his
It's kinda
dark
hard to
vision's
see
kind of
past the
cutting
Goliath.
out a little bit.
Okay, you'll see two figures up ahead with blowguns.
I want to throw it at the one on the right.
Okay.
Where did Gilreth go?
Yeah, that
We
was
killed him.
my question.
Where did Gilreth go? Did I move him? Oh, he's at the very bottom for some reason. Oh, you know what?
why
I
is
think
it-
I think I moved the whole map on accident when I was in the base layer. Potentially.
So what do I roll for a random thrown attack?
So you'd roll a dexterity attack with disadvantage.
Well, it's probably going to be that one. All right.
Excuse me.
So the rock clatters
Assuming
up
my
the
rock
stairwell.
misses.
Yeah, it kind of goes up about 15 to 20 feet, clatters on the stairs, and starts to bounce back down.
Does it make it back to me?
Not quite.
Damn.
Can I cast?
I missed what was being said. What was happening? I was
He's
just gonna
throwing
ask.
a rock. He missed, and it
A rock
bounced.
flies ahead. Yeah, a rock flies over your head and clatters up the stairs a little bit, and then starts to roll back down.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could. Sorry if I'm interrupting. I was gonna ask if I could like charge towards them and attack.
Yeah, you can try.
All right, so Gilreth can move 30 feet. He's going up, and he's going with a hungry jaw bite on the guy right there at the top.
Okay, that will miss, fortunately. He kind of dodges
so you-
up.
Since I have extra attack, am I able to make the second attack, or is just one?
Yeah,
Can
you're
you
low.
push him down the hallway?
Yeah, for every attack, if you're level 5, then you should be able to use 2 attacks.
Okay. So, goddamn, just chomp, missing.
And once you're up close to them, you can see these are little dwarvish-looking people, but they're smaller than dwarves, probably closer to the size of maybe, not even a halfling, like they're a little bit smaller than that. And they're clothed in these kind of black pelt-looking things, and they are armed with blowguns, it looks like. And they look quite intimidated as you charge up towards them.
Just like snapping at them.
Yep. Naru.
And I cast.
Fireball.
Well, that's a bad idea, considering it would just like blow up Gilreth as well.
It'll be fine.
I'm thinking, create bonfire underneath them.
Yes.
I just create a bonfire underneath them. Hold on, I have to go to my Hero's Companion because it's not an average spell. Create bonfire. Range 60 feet. You create a bonfire on ground that you see within range. It lasts for a minute until lasts for a minute. It fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature on the bonfire you space when you cast it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1 fire damage.
Okay, what's your defense or your armor class spell DC?
It's going to be a 15.
Okay, so you just roll your 2d8 damage. They failed. Okay.
The creature also must make a saving throw when it enters the bonfire space for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. Oh. I can't just hang out on a bonfire.
Okay. So, are you moving at all or no?
You need to find some way to let me pass.
Also, Adrian, can I hold an action?
No, you just used your action.
Oh, because I was gonna concentration up to 1 minute. If one of my companions goes by the bonfire, I was gonna put it out. So.
Yeah, so you can dismiss it, but I think I'll have to look up what it costs to dismiss if that's on your turn, or if you can just do it anytime. But that wouldn't even be a held action. So Are you gonna move though or
Yeah.
no?
Oh yeah, I'm moving up. Sorry.
Okay, Ashledge.
Get past
Am I able to move past them or no?
I
You,
don't think so.
you could, except for the fact that you're in such a small corridor. You'd probably have to make a dexterity check to try to get over them, essentially, and that relies on them kind of crouching down. But in front of Gilreth, there's no real room because that's an enemy combat area, and there's a fire there now.
Okay, I guess I'll just move up and throw another rock. I
Okay.
don't have a lot I can do here. I can't reach them to do anything to them.
Can I
I'm
try
assuming
to
it's
get
still with
him-
disadvantage.
Can I try to assist him by giving him a direction of where the enemy is?
Well, he can see him with the fire now, and that close, you're not going to be at disadvantage.
So
So-
the 19 works?
Yeah, the 19 will hit. So go ahead and roll. Actually, for just a rock, that'd be basically, I guess, a 1d4 plus strength.
Yeah.
1d4, well, that's a 4 plus 4, so 8.
Okay.
It's a,
Ragoth.
it's a good-ass rock.
Yeah, you nail him in the forehead.
Ragoth is going to run up right behind Ashledge and he's gonna yell, "Everybody, lean to your right." And Ragoth is gonna lean to the left, and he's going to. I'm going to attempt to let off an Eldritch Blast and have it go past them and hit this guy.
Okay, roll an attack with disadvantage.
Oh no. That's still a 14 to hit.
That'll hit him.
Okay.
And that's on the first guy, the one
Yep.
in front.
That'll be 10 force damage, and then I get the second ray of it. And that's a
So-
7 to hit.
So you kind of blast a piece of the ceiling, aiming a little bit too high, raining out some rocks on Gilreth and Naru. But the first one, once that dust clears, you see you just incinerated his head.
Oh, wonderful.
Back down here. Ember, would you like to roll just a perception check, I guess?
Sure.
Oh no.
Natural 20,
Hey.
total of 22.
With a natural 20, you hear the rock kind of rumbling from that doorway around, and we'll just say that you're actually over there on that side anyways because the kids are playing or something. And you hear Ragoth shouting, and then, yeah, you hear something from up that stairwell.
I let out a little sigh and I look at the mom and I said, do you mind? And I gesture to the kids playing and then I point down towards where everybody had left,
Yeah,
asking her to watch the baby.
she says she's fine, and then the dad actually is gonna go over there as well with you.
Cool.
He
Bring
just
it
kinda-
back up, boys.
Once you go through, he just kind of crouches down and looks through, and you can see basically almost his whole head and torso fill up the opening, and he can't fit in there. But he just kind of looks inside it and just watches you as you go up.
She's gonna turn around. She's gonna give him the thumbs up and say, "Thanks so much. Chill here. We'll be back soon." And
Okay.
then I come into the
Yep.
to the area.
So you start hustling up the stairs, and it's running up a lot of flight of stairs. So it's but up ahead you can see this burning.
I'm a fighter. This ain't anything new for me. As I'm going, hear my chainmail.
Okay.
As I'm running.
So Gilreth, there's this fire right in front of you, and one of his friends is burned. This little dark-skinned creature tries to shoot you with his blowgun again, but you easily are so close that you're able to just duck out of the way. And then he begins to, let's see, what would he do? He is going to actually try to jump through the flames, which I think causes damage to him, correct?
1d8.
You're level 5, so it's 2d8.
Oh yeah, 2d8.
Okay,
Ooh.
so he's going to roll
Kill him,
his,
kill him, kill him, kill
what
him,
is
kill
it,
him.
dex save or just automatic? Con save, right?
Dex saving throw. Hold on, I'll double
First
check
time.
though.
Nope, you're right. So what was your,
Hmm.
was it
Been down.
15?
That was 15. He doesn't, unless he has bonuses, which
No, giving him bonuses, no. So he takes how much damage?
7 damage.
Okay, and then Gilreth, as he's leaping through the flames, you actually get a free attack at him.
All right, so just bites him again.
Yep, and that's only 4 damage. So you take a chunk out of his skin, but then he runs up the stairwell on the other side. Gilreth.
Put the flame out. I put the flame out after that happens.
We will say yes.
Cool.
I'll say that's your reaction.
Yep, that was definitely a reaction, because leaving my range.
Or for Naru to dismiss it.
Oh, yeah. Bear with me 1 second. I am looking into a thing real quick. But with that being dismissed, where did he go? Where did he go?
Up the stairs.
All right, Gilreth will pursue, and if he can, he will catch up.
Yep, you have a higher speed than him, so you can catch him on the other side.
I turn around to Ragoth and I go, how much do you want to bet this leads up to the passageway up we were looking at?
Ragoth will look back and go, it probably does. I have an idea. And Ragoth's gonna, if this is okay, Lee, I want to turn around and start heading back to the open place, and
Okay.
I want to fly up to there with an Eldritch Blast ready and my long sword unsheathed.
Okay, now as you're running down, you almost bump into Ember.
I slow down. I need to get out of here. I think I know what was up in those rafters.
So
Do you want to lift up? Mckenzie?
She's like, hey, what's going on? And then he says, do you want to lift up? And she's like, hell yeah, let's go. And then she turns around and she leads the way back down the stairs. And as they're coming up to the fire elemental, she's like, all right, we got some business to take care of upstairs, so I need you to get out of the way. Because she didn't want Ragoth to get burned.
Okay, yeah, he steps out of the way.
right.
For the thing that was running, Gilreth basically just caught up to it, catches it with his hands, and then just chomps its head.
Yep. You feel this kind of, well, for you probably not sickening, but this crunch as you actually bite through the spinal cord at the neck. And if you want to give it a quick tug, you can basically remove it.
Oh yeah, he will.
Yep.
In
In the darkness, there's just a wet splatter against the walls as there's a spray from the body.
So I'm gonna
Sorry,
grab. Yeah. So I'll grab Ember, and I'll start flying up.
Okay.
And
So you-
once we get here, I want to point to the passageways. Go. I saw multiple people here, but 2 of them just attacked us with blowguns. Be aware.
All right, cool. I'm going to go up to the first door. I'm going to kick it down.
Okay, on the far side.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get to that door, you can see it's made out of a very thin sheet of metal, and one kick dislodges the hinges and it just totally breaks off.
If I peek my head in, do I see anything?
You see basically a very sparsely populated living room.
Is there people in there?
There is nobody in here. They look to be vacated in a hurry.
Interesting. Is there signs of a struggle or anything like that in here? I mean, outside of the door that I just kicked down?
Nope, but you can definitely roll a survival check.
Sure. A -1 to survival. 0. In the room.
You're just
I have
scanning
discovered it.
for people. Is Ragoth doing anything as well, or is Ember's charging in?
Ragoth is drawing his longsword, and he's readying an Eldritch Blast, like I said earlier,
Mhm.
and he's going to, instead of running like she did, he's going to walk in, and as I am, I'm looking around to see if I notice anything different. I want to see if I notice if anything's shifted, if anything's moved, or if I see somebody.
So there's no people in there. You can definitely see that this is someone who's very small, i.e. the people you just fought there, that creature's house. You would, if you're over 5 foot, you would not be able to stand totally tall in the ceiling because the ceiling's so low. But you can see it's kind of a hewn stone room leading into a back area where there's a kitchenette type stove in the middle of the room, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of other like art decorum or anything like that in the room. It's pretty sparse, but it definitely looks like somebody's little hovel. And as you guys are looking around there, back in the stairwell, as Gilreth, you've chomped down on this guy. Naru and Ashledge, you're coming around the corner to see this. What do you do?
I move to the side to let Ashledge go first, because I'm not a fan of getting hit by stuff.
That's
I
fair.
will gladly go first.
Go ahead. Gilreth is going to retrieve a blowgun and needles from the corpse in front of him.
Perfect. So yeah, you can retrieve them. They are coated with kind of a sleep tincture, which if injected to the bloodstream will cause basically the sleep condition.
I do the same thing for the body as Ashledge is going by me.
Yep. So you can both retrieve one.
How many darts are there?
Darts, you'd find a pouch. There's not so much these darts, they're more like needles, like I guess yeah, dart. They're not like the spear darts that you can buy with the player's handbook, but they're like needle darts. And you'd find probably a little like chem pack of 6 darts. One of them is used on each, so 5 left.
Just out of curiosity, how much do the corpses weigh?
40 pounds, 50 pounds. 5 darts left. Can you guys hear me, or did it break?
I can
No, we
hear
can
you.
hear you fine.
Oh, okay, it went quiet. I was like, oh no. But yeah, no, Ashledge, you basically, if you wanted to carry them, they'd be about 40 pounds per body, probably.
Oh,
and then,
Justin can't hear.
Oh, exit out and join in. Any luck? Yeah, Becky, you're not working either for me. Let me disconnect. Check. Testing. No, I think ours is all dead too.
Is anybody else
Hold on.
disconnecting and connecting, or is that just me?
It's back.
Okay,
you guys
yeah,
hear
mine's
me?
back too.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Hello?
Yeah.
I can hear Michael. I can hear
Hello?
Noah.
Justin?
Hi.
Justin, can you hear?
Alright, I can hear you now.
Okay, that was weird. Discord's been weird
Hello?
today. This is just not a good tech night.
Yeah,
Uh,
God.
So did you hear my question before?
Yeah, so Ashledge, if you're wanting to carry the bodies, they'd both be around 40 to 50 pounds.
How
So
much does a normal shield weigh?
a normal shield?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 pounds, depending on the size of the shield.
How many needles did you say was found?
There's 5 left in their little. They've got like this leather pouch where it folds open, and then you can see these needles are specially like tipped coated with this kind of mixture, and those ones are in a special pouch. Yep.
Okay. So as you see, as Gilreth is just picking up the blowgun and needles, you just hear him grumbling, "Should have done me, will you? I'll show you all, motherfuckers." Just, like swearing in Draconic. Like he's grumbling in common and then swears in Draconic. For anyone who speaks Draconic.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Hey, I can hear
Yes.
you. You're back.
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
so-
I couldn't
Adrian,
hear
I wanna-
a thing you guys were saying.
Everybody
away my
else
Yeah.
was jumping in and out. It was pretty crazy.
I apologize.
It's
Wasn't
just a
just you.
bad tech night. Discord was acting funny before too, so it's like I think there's a lot of people playing D&D with Discord probably.
Probably.
We'll just go with
Probably.
that.
Hmm.
Alright, Adrian, so I'm gonna put away my flail and I'm gonna grab one of the bodies and hold it like it's a shield.
Okay. Do you want
so I'm gonna
Mr.
Probably gonna be
Crispy
the-
or the headless?
body I just looted.
Which one will provide me more defense, crispy or headless?
Well, crispy is more area.
Pardon? I'll go with crispy. So in my left hand, I'll have the person that just got fried.
Okay.
And then the other hand, I'll have my morning star.
Okay. Yep, it's like you're holding up this oversized toddler that's just burned to a crisp, kind of dark bluish skin almost.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to eat.
Yeah, very, very crispified.
Does that increase my AC any?
It would. Let me see. Did you have a shield before?
I did not. That's why I asked.
If you want to use this, I will give you the +2 a shield would have for it, as long as you're holding it
All right.
and utilizing it like a shield.
I will do so. Someone tell me which direction I'm walking.
Right, then straight and upway.
I'm going to make all of the motions she said all at once.
Roll a wisdom check, I guess, or survival. Gilreth, what are you doing up in the stairwell going up?
He's going to. I'm gonna actually roll a perception, and he's keeping an eye out for any more.
Okay. Yeah, you can actually see further up ahead, just disappearing out of view. More disappearing figures retreating back up the stairwell, and you hear their little pitter patter of feet on the stone.
Okay, when
So you said I see them running.
You technically, because your dark vision is only 60 feet, you would hear them running.
So they're farther up. If he hears them running, he's gonna like go after them as far as he can move until he sees them, and then he's going to throw his dagger at them.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna run forwards, you'd probably be able to just see them as their dark vision proceeds that further, and you can make a free attack at them.
All right, so throwing a dagger. 23.
Okay. Yep, that's gonna hit him. He squeals and shouts something in a different language, but continues to run. Naru and Ashledge, what are you doing?
I grab when Ashledge gets in front of me to grab the body, I start pushing him in the correct direction. My hands are very warm, so you're like, do you have like a fever or something? And I'm like, no, I'm just naturally hot. You know this. I keep pushing him upward.
Okay. Ashledge, you're now headed the right direction. What do you do?
I'm gonna run in the direction that the nice fire lady told me to run in.
Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw real quick.
A nice
Oh,
fire
I'm
lady.
gonna fly. An 18.
Okay, you step on Mr. Headless and almost stumble, but you proceed over him, no problem. And you guys proceed up the stairs. And chase.
I can see stuff going on, even leading him.
Yeah, you can. You're just not holding a body up in front of your field of view.
If there's this sudden turn in the rock that I can see, Ashledge is just gonna run straight into it.
Yep. Okay. Back over here in this kind of commoner's house, Ember and Ragoth, what are you doing?
So this is where they're supposed to be? I don't see anybody. Guess it's time to go kick down some more doors.
Ragoth nods and will walk out of there. And I'm going to... Ragoth's going to also look at her and go, wait a minute. There was a passageway for people our size. And he points to where it is.
Yeah, up there.
Maybe I should fly up there and see if I see anything.
Is there a way that I can climb up there?
Yeah, you can just go. You can follow the scaffolds, or if you wanted to try to scale the rock, that would take more time. But there's walkways made out of this old timber and wood that you can just walk up the stairs basically to wherever you want to go amongst this cliff face.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you fly up there and check it out, and I'll start my way up there via foot, just in case something comes out of there.
Ragoth nods, and he's going to draw his longsword, fly up to here, and I'm going to stand on the side of it with my longsword, give a nod, and then turn so I'm facing the door, and my longsword is pointed directly at the inside of it.
Okay. So you look around basically the corner and check?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So you see a short corridor leading in with doorways on either side, left and right. And then on the back, there's double doors, which are closed. And there doesn't seem to be any sort of light fixtures or anything in there, but it's dark, what you can see with the dark vision. And it's probably about 15 feet deep. And then a door halfway down and then double doors on the end. And there doesn't seem to be any sign of movement or life or anything.
Ragoth lets out a relieved sigh and turns to face Ember. Doesn't look like anything's in here. Let's just keep kicking down doors.
As soon as he talks, she's going to slap his hand over his mouth and go, shh. And I'd like to do a perception check to see if I can hear anything in particular.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Total of 20.
Okay. So you hear something, not from this doorway or really anything near kind of this kind of abandoned homesteads that are lining this cliff. You hear something from across the cavern back in the direction that on the map is if you're coming from this picture. And then further down into the darkness, you hear the sound of scrambling footsteps, kind of a pitter-patter of a multitude of little feet running towards you guys from the darkness.
Is there any area in that direction that he and I could hide in and like surprise whatever's coming that way?
So with dark vision, you would be aware of kind of the limits of how far you can see. You could probably make it up to that middle point where the rock is for concealment, or especially if Ragoth were to try to like fly you guys there, or you could try to hide anywhere within the walls and the houses if you wanted to. The scaffolding doesn't really provide much cover.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pull my hand away from Ragoth's face and say, I hear something coming. Can you drop me off at that rock and then maybe take to the air? Because if there's one thing that I've learned in all my time is that people do not look up.
Ragoth nods.
I'm not wrong.
Have you read Ranger's Apprentice?
No.
Okay.
Ragoth will nod, kind of chuckle a little bit, pick you up, fly you to where you need to be, and I will go up about 30 feet above where she is pointing that something's going to be coming out there.
Okay. And then I will take a crouch position here with my two warhammers out.
Okay.
Ragoth is also readying an Eldritch Blast for whatever comes out.
Okay.
It's gonna be us. Wait.
So emerging from kind of the darkness, from the kind of town that lays behind you, you see a little horde of these little people with kind of purplish dark skin, kind of whitish hair, running towards you across the bridge as fast as they possibly can. Behind them, you just begin to see Gilreth emerging from the darkness, followed by your friend Ashledge, followed by Naru, giving pursuit to them. I like to imagine, Gilreth, you've felled a couple more, throwing daggers at them or whatever other weapons that you have, and you've probably knocked off a couple of their amounts. But they seem to be running straight across the bridge towards the houses. And Ember, you are perfectly aligned to make a sneak attack as you wish.
Awesome.
Same with Ragoth.
I would like to jump out and demand that they stop.
Okay. And
I'm just blasting them.
Okay, roll your attack.
Ah, damn it, dude.
I got a 9 and a 16.
Okay, the first one, they kind of, the little crowd parts just enough for it to blast rock in between them without harming them. The second one, though, takes off the head of one of the crowd. And this little blue person just falls to the ground in a smoldering heap.
I just imagine the Star Wars scream.
Ember, you shout for them to stop or whatever, and they just continue to keep going. They are almost up to you.
Great. I'm gonna take my first swing with my warhammer.
Roll your attack.
14 to hit.
Okay, yep. I like to imagine you just kind of golf swing and knock one sailing off the edge.
God, that's a 1 on the damage die. That sucks. Second swing. That's a 12 to hit.
12 does hit, yes.
Awesome. Knock off another one.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Do you
No,
take the?
I don't think I get a bonus action third strike.
Not unless you action surge to use another action.
Nah.
What weapon is this?
What?
Mine?
If this is a two-handed weapon and you took the, never mind.
No, it's no. I'm using them both one-handed. That's why I can swing. I'm swinging two.
That's cool.
And I have two-hand fighting proficiency, so I get to add my proficiency modifier to both of them.
That's cool.
I have a quick question. Are they on the bridge still?
Yes. However, quick question on Ember. So if you have 2 weapons, do you have like the 2-weapon fighting feat and everything? Is that kind of the route you went? So you should still be able to use 2 attacks. So is that... Now, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, because I was looking all this up, but I wasn't thinking in terms of having 2 weapons. Is that 2 attacks per attack, right? Because you have 2 weapons, so it's 4 attacks?
No, it's two
I would
attacks.
think it's one attack per swing. So if I were to not be able to do 2 attacks, that's why I was wondering if I got a bonus action to hit again.
So with the 2-weapon fighting feature, and if you're dual wielding weapons, you can attack with each weapon and then use a bonus action to attack again with one of the weapons.
That is not an action surge.
That is not action surge.
Yeah, if you've got 2 weapon, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was
Okay.
thinking you were using it just 1, but if you're doing 2, then yeah, that sounds about right to me.
That was my thought too, but I wasn't 100% sure. So thank you for clarifying. So I'm going to take my bonus action hit again. 17.
Yeah, you probably like swing your warhammers kind of into just 1 each on each side and knock 2 in the head, crumpling them.
Crack, crack, crack.
Okay, behind Gilreth, you are on their heels.
Okay. So, how many are still on the bridge?
There's kind of a horde of them. There's probably like
Okay,
7 or 8.
I might repeat this for everyone, but he tells Ragoth, get Ember off the bridge. He reaches into his pouch and pulls out a small stone. Does anybody know where this is going right now?
I have an idea of this. Can Ragoth fly down and grab Ember before he throws this?
If he wants to hold his action.
Yeah, he's holding his action.
Okay.
Like, he's basically like, pulling his arm back, getting ready to throw, and is waiting for him to get Ember off the bridge.
Okay, Ashledge, what are you doing? You're kind of coming up right behind Gilreth. He seems to be pausing, ready to throw this stone.
He like tells the others, wait here, do not go on that bridge.
How far away is the horde?
If you're on their heels, if you were to keep chasing them, you could swing and keep hitting the ones in the back.
No, I body at them.
You want to throw the body at them? Yeah, they're definitely within that
Yeah.
that range.
I just want to yeet it.
Yeah, go for it. It'd just be
is that-
just a dex attack.
No, I just want to throw a body at him.
Yes.
15.
Yeah. Let's see how much. Let's just say it's called falling damage. So roll. What's your strength score?
My strength is a 19.
Okay, I will give you 2d6 falling damage if you basically throw it 20 feet high in the air and it comes falling down. It's squishing 2d6 plus strength bonus.
So that would be 11 damage.
So this body just kind of comes crashing down, squishing one of these other ones.
And then I guess I'll stand to the side if my so the fire lady can come
Yeah.
up and get a good view.
Yeah, Naru, you're coming right up. You can see Gilreth. He's giving these orders. What do you want to do?
May I say something else real quick? The stone in Gilreth's hand is starting to glow blue.
Anything change if like a fireball went off at center of the group? No.
I guess the question is, would Naru listen to him saying wait, or would you just go ahead and shoot?
Basically, what he's got in his hand is a thunderstone.
Wait, okay, can I ready an action then after he does that? If I see anybody who doesn't look like they've fallen over, I will hit them with just a ranged spell attack, produce flame.
Okay, yep, absolutely.
Should I roll my ranged spell attack after I do it?
If you're holding your action till the thunderstone goes off, then yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that.
Okay. So the remaining ones of these are swarming past Ember. They all kind of swing their own little picks and they've got these little clubs and batons at you. They're going to do 2 attacks basically. One's going to be a 14 and one is going to be a 20.
The 20 hits. The 14
Okay.
does not.
You'll take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as these kind of repeated thuds and thwacks of these things, and then they basically swarm past you, provoking attack of opportunity.
Cool. 2 things. One, I want to spend a superiority dice to do repose against the one that hit me.
Yep.
And so I can use my reaction and spend a superiority die to make a melee attack against that one.
Okay.
So that's an 18 to hit.
Okay, you squash him.
Okay. If you'll allow, that's an additional 3 points of damage. And then I am also going to spend. Well, no, I can't. I can't do multiple ones. But yeah, that's my reaction because I just read it doesn't give me double reaction. So.
Okay. Yep. So if you riposte, then you won't be able to attack of opportunity, and they basically there's about 5 of these guys left. And Gilreth, you fling your stone.
No. Ragoth
Wait, don't
grabs me first.
I have a turn?
Ragoth needs to get Ember
Oh,
off
that's
the bridge
true.
first.
That's true. Yes, Ragoth. My mistake.
All right, Ragoth is going to nod, fly down, heads up, pick her up right by the shoulders, and fly her directly, fly her up and over to like here, and still hold her.
Okay.
The look on Ember's face is really angry, and then she looks down and she sees the stone, and she looks back at Ragoth and says, if he throws that and destroys the bridge, he could end up really hurting the fire elementals are down there, and most importantly, he'll hurt my baby, and if he does, he's dead.
Quick point: this bridge, where you're at, location-wise, is above the lava lake. So the fire elementals are further back.
This is
So
directly over it?
Where this
Versus where
from
they
this from the center point and where this big rock is, and pretty much on from there. Like this is basically would be from the lava lake and to the edge is all lava lake.
Okay, so this is straight over the lava lake then.
Yes.
Okay. I was
Are
just
you-
like, if you kill my baby, your character's
You
dead.
want to lower that worm out. What better way than this?
are you still okay with this, Ember?
Well, not particularly because I really wanted to hit all of those guys, but whatever.
All
So
right.
She
he's
just
gonna-
looks bummed. She's like, her arms are like dangling down with her warhammer. She just looks sad.
So he's going to put one of them with the thunderstone.
Okay.
Like right in the middle.
The thunderstone lands directly where aimed. The horde of the last 5 of these little creatures fail their dexterity save. I'm sure one as the thunderstone goes off. I don't remember if that does damage or anything, but they are almost all of them. What was it?
I don't remember if it did or not.
Okay. Well, regardless, 4 of the 5 get blown off of this walkway, 2 in each direction, sailing over down into the darkness and down into the lava lake. The 5th one is knocked prone and begins to crawl up to his feet, and Naru, your reaction goes off.
Oh, that poor bastard.
Yes.
How do you want to kill the
Hold on,
last
question.
one?
Can Ragoth roar at her and try to have her stop so we can question him?
Unfortunately, the reaction was programmed last turn, so no. I mean, you can shout
Damn
it, but
it.
it's already gone off.
All right.
I kind of I've been kind of holding my action. As it is, normally my balls of flame are like rather big. While I've been holding this action, I've been compressing this flame till it is like wanting to combust and explode, and I use that force to just shoot it straight forward. It just flings right through the body, or probably around the midsection, and you just see like a puff of smoke kind of come out the other end as it goes through, but goes out before it completely goes through the body.
Yeah.
And the puff of smoke, some blood and maybe a piece of bone.
Yeah. He just coughs and like some smoke comes out of his mouth, and then he just crumples over in a heap.
So I can just imagine him holding up a Wile E. Coyote sign that says "Eep" before it hits.
You hear Ember from the arms of
Ragoth.
Gareth yells, "Yes!"
Yeah.
Oh, did you actually want me to roll damage for that?
No, you killed him.
Okay.
I don't like.
So the
Lee.
fun. Actually, you know what? You're right. There would be a third one.
Wait, what?
Oh no!
There is a thunderous roar as this thunderstorm goes off, blasting these screaming little dwarfish type people off the walkway. The rock stands incredibly strong against this blast, being supported by its towering columns which go up into the ceiling. Then once everything kind of settles down, you hear Ember shouting the yes, and people kind of calming down after the combat is over. And you do not hear anything behind you. The walkway stands, and then coming from the front where those doors were, that Ember and Ragoth were, you begin to hear the beat of a drum. It's just a steady bum, 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 and it echoes
Ragoth
through the cavern.
Ragoth is readying an Eldritch Blast, and I'm also going to set Ember down back on the pathway. But I'm staying airborne, and I'm readying an Eldritch Blast. And the second I see anything that looks like it's going to attack us come out of there, I'm blasting it.
Gilreth will actually have the new blowgun at the ready with the needle loaded.
I'm gonna burn some spell points. Burn some spells to get the spell points, so I can just do the transfer as I do the actions. Because this looks like it's gonna be fun.
Okay. So
Is that what we call it? Fun?
So yeah, so as the drums are reverberating through this cavern and you are standing here on the bridge, it sounds like you were all kind of preparing, waiting for something to happen.
If we're on the bridge, I'm getting off the bridge.
Okay. Which direction,
I-
front or back?
Kind of like back where we are
Okay, so retreating.
on the map. I figured that or like in the direction of the drum, or basically the closest direction that I am.
The drums are coming from this area with the green X. If you go back this way, it's going to take you back to... There's a stairway that you can go down through the little passageway that came out, but if you go past that, then it's going to take you back to where the dragon was.
All right, so you said the drums are coming from which direction?
Upper right-hand corner of the map.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so up where all the houses
How
are.
far across the bridge?
It goes.
Like
What's
really on the bridge?
my
Um,
question marks?
Okay, hold on. So for Ragoth, where you killed the dwarves is basically about here. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong tool. Here. This is the far half. You guys are on the closer half where your minis are. If you continue backwards towards where my arrow is heading back, it's going to take you back to where the dragon's little town area was, where you talked with the dragon. And then from that direction, there's also those stairs which you just came up from and chased the little guys.
Okay, so the path actually splits.
Well,
Yeah, one goes up
not
and one
necessarily.
goes
The
down.
entrance to the stairs is on the way back to the town.
Okay, what is over by the question mark on the right?
So the question mark, so all of the stalactites connected up to the ceiling are through these kind of branch offs of the bridge. So every so many 50s of feet or whatever, there's kind of this column which goes out, but instead of going down, it goes up into the ceiling and is mounted to the ceiling of the cavern.
Okay.
That way,
Where
there's no columns on the bridge itself that would interrupt your walkway.
No. Where does there's like a drums coming from where the X is.
Yes.
Bunch of houses. What about the little way going right?
So that's basically a column going up into the ceiling, and that's it.
Hmm. So that actually doesn't go further out?
No.
Okay.
This is not there.
I would like to make a perception to see if I can see anything else moving. Oh, that's a 9.
So everything is auditory. You hear the drums kind of coming in from from ahead of you. You don't see or hear anything from the back. If you look down, it's about 200 feet down. You can see the lake. Doesn't seem to be any movement down there as far as you can see. It is pretty far though.
Can wondering if I can like produce a bonfire like at the entranceway, so they all have to take 1d8 damage on their, 2d8 damage on their way out. I'd have to get closer.
Okay. You'd notice with the amount of time that's passing, the drums are going on, but it's been like a minute now, and nobody's come out.
I think they're waiting for us.
Go ahead.
You think they're waiting for us to do something?
I have an idea.
As do I. Gilreth draws his bow along and asks one of the ladies to light the arrow.
I oblige.
Gilreth is going to send a burning arrow in that direction of the drums.
Okay. Through the doorway?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, just roll an attack. You know what? Just because you shoot the arrow, it sails through the doorway and kind of lights. You see a little flicker of light in there as it's ricochets off the rock wall into the metal door and kind of just deflects itself back and forth a couple times and just clatters on the ground. For a couple seconds, and then the light's just doused from being broken on the arrow. But nothing else happens.
Ragoth looks to everybody and just goes, "If we don't have any ideas, I'm going in."
Ember raises her hand. I have an idea, but I need a ride.
Ragoth smirks. "Tell me what you need."
Take me up there.
Oh, I was so hoping you were going to go, "Beam me up, Scotty." But okay.
I need a ride. Take me up there, but don't let me go.
Ragoth nods, picks you up, and flies you up to where you need to be. So you move the minis.
Okay. So you're going to take me right to the door.
Okay.
And at the door, I am going to hold out my hand, and I am going to do produce flame in my hand. And then I'm going to turn my hand so my palm is facing in the door, and I'm going to shoot the flame 30 feet into the door.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
2d8 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, so the metal doors, again, it's not super sturdy, but it is able to withstand that. If you want to roll the damage, so I can keep track of that, but that's not going to automatically destroy the door, as it is barred from the inside. From being that close, you can hear, from coming from behind, voices. And it's kind of something going along with the drums. You can see this high amount of voices kind of almost chanting something in the background.
Can I make out what the chant is?
If you want to go inside the whole corridor, yes.
Why can't the door shut?
Well, you can still go into 15 feet.
Okay.
So it's like an alcove. So it goes from the walkway where the wood rafter or the scaffolding is. Then there's a 15-foot hallway with the door at the end, and then there's two side doors on the left and right, halfway in.
Okay. You want to go in together, buddy? We seem like a team.
Ragoth will nod and set you down, and he goes, "Do you want to break the door, or do you want me to?"
I've already lifted a door once today, so I'd kind of like a little bit of a break. So by all means, go for it.
Ragoth smiles, faces the door, and I'm gonna fire off an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, just roll damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna, and that'll just be 2d10s. That'll be boop, boop.
Okay, so that's
So a
20.
total of, and there's also +6 due to the 2 + 3s.
Oh, you get 2 + 3s. Okay, so yeah, so you did 30 damage to it total over that. So your Eldritch Blast, you just aim one at one hinge, one at the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you just kind of blow it off its hinges with these 2 Eldritch Blasts. Now, Naru, Gilreth, and Ashledge, as they're going up and doing this, are you trying to keep up to them or staying back here on the bridge?
Gilreth will try to keep up.
I'll follow behind Gilreth, and I have a produce flame ready.
Okay.
If I see anything pop out, I'm gonna set it off.
Okay. So yeah,
Well, I'm just gonna play follow the leader.
Okay, so you guys are basically coming up behind at this point, probably still climbing up on the wooden walkways. But Ragoth, you blow open the door, and all of a sudden you can hear just a lot better as there's no longer this barrier. You don't see anybody behind it. You see a pathway kind of going up, and then there's a spiral staircase kind of curling downwards on the left, and then there's one that kind of leads up on a ramp up to another cavern up at the top. But you hear this very loud chanting from probably hundreds of voices, and it's Undum, Karakchad, Drinka, Undrum, Karakchad, Drinka, Undrum, Karakchad, Drinka. And it's just over and over, very loud to the beat of these almost war drums. And that, I think, is where we will stop for this session.
Aww.
Oh,
Dang it.
oh.
When are we
can I
leveling? When are we leveling up?
At the end of the adventure.
Ugh.
I heard the disgust just.
Can I have my level up before I go fight a beholder?
You can if you. What mission is that? Is that
Saturday.
Yeah, I would say yes, because you would have had that,
would
if
be
this was
fine
a
on
one-time.
Saturday.
Hi, Eric.
Hello.
Hi, Eric.
Are you guys done?
Yeah, we ended. I came in for the last part of this.
So came in harassing. Can I get the level up for the No.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna end the stream. We'll plan for a part 3, and we'll schedule that off stream. But then we can hang out and chat for a little bit.
Maybe
Thank
in
you all
part
for
4
playing.
if we're gonna go after a worm too.
That's true. Though I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out stats for that because I looked it up and I said